Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Age The Veilguard. Thank you so much for joining me today and catching this video. Really appreciate it. Yeah, well, in our last episode, a bunch of things happened. We went back to Arlathan Forest. Um, there were some Venatori hanging out in Arlathan causing trouble, as they are wont to do, and we had to deal with them. So we dealt with the Venatori, we followed them and discovered that they had abducted an entire village of Dalish elves. And I believe these are the same Dalish that the dragon that we had taken care of in the previous episode that they were terrorizing, I believe. In any case, the Dalish were abducted by the Venatori, and apparently they were going to be sacrificed. So we infiltrated the Venatori hideout, hangout, they were holding at the Arlathan, the ruins in Arlathan Forest. Um, so they were doing a whole bunch of blood sacrifices. It was pretty gory. And we infiltrated them in disguise and discovered that Elgar'nan was there, and he had an archdemon, the last archdemon, which was Lusakhan, god of night. Earlier I said it was Razakal. Or earlier I thought that Razakal was already one of the summoned archdemons, but I was mistaken. But that's the whole thing. In any case, I was wrong. I will annotate that when I get to editing that episode. Anyway, but yeah. So we dealt with the Venatori, we rescued the Dalish. We asked for assistance from Solus. Actually, Solus was able to assist us because where Elgar'nan was, he had thinned the veil enough that Solus was able to communicate with us as well as him. Words were exchanged, and now we get to talk to Solus about it. So it was very, very interesting. I would probably do no justice explaining it, so the only thing I would recommend is probably catching my previous episode, especially in the last 15-20 minutes. Anyway, I'm excited to get to this, really. So let's go ahead and talk to Solus, and then we'll speak to everybody else. But let's close this out. We're here. Oh my god. Okay.
The Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good. Whatever my frustrations with them, it feels good to have helped my people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. Chance to infuriate Elgar'nan was a reminder of simpler times.
Mm-hmm. You really hate Elgar'nan.
You and Elgar'nan were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But yes, while all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elgar'nan was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I've found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
Well, he's brutal.
He uses his power to crush any opposition?
Yes. He is far more powerful than I am, and he wields that power like a graceless bludgeon. When I defeat an enemy, it is because I outsmarted them, because I was right. When he does, it is only because he was stronger.
Outsmarting someone and being right aren't exactly the same thing.
Aren't they?
All right. I can see how you and Elgar'nan would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
You dislike the Dalish?
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept for thousands more.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely. And those who tried to remember elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
They made you look bad. They really did.
Like the terrible trickster Fen'Harel who sealed away the gods?
There was truth to their stories. My rebellion had indeed disrupted the lives of those who had been comfortable. And when I created the Veil, I destroyed an empire. Their judgments were fair, if clouded. I tried to explain the truth to one clan. When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel, they attacked me. After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And one of the first lessons in the Mourn Watch is that the Fade is reality as seen through a smoky mirror.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elganon, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
If you say so.
I'll have to take your word for that.
When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elganon out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
You have earned the respect of the Dreadwolf. Yep. I don't know. I think he would get what he's saying.
I appreciate you saying that. Couldn't have been easy.
The only thing worse than being wrong is realizing it, but being afraid to change. Elganon's pride is no greater than mine, but he denies any failure on his part, and I at least try to acknowledge my mistakes. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive and enviable. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I tried to avoid entanglements.
I bet you did. What about the Inquisitor?
What about the Inquisitor? Does he not count as a friend?
He does. One of several I grew fond of despite myself when I was with the Inquisition. There was also Cole, a spirit of compassion I helped adapt to our world. He was the only one who knew who I really was. I miss him a great deal. Josephine, the Inquisition's ambassador, was a bastion of kindness and decency in a world that looked down on elves and apostates. Even Cassandra Pendergast of the Order of the Seekers. She was what a believer should be. Faithful, practical, committed to serving, not ruling. I suppose I did bond with the Inquisition after all, as you have with your team.
Thank you for sharing that. So, what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elganon and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elganon's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
Of course he will.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
Wake up. Open your eyes.
So now Elganon's recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
Just one component.
Elganon's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives. And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens. And it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Just when you think the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
Job's still the same.
The odds on this were never good. But we've
Once
already
again, dire nervous.
We have a job to finish, and 2 gods to kill. We don't get to wallow and whine because no one else is taking this fight.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before.
Not without help, we didn't.
So we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
Ideas, anyone?
I can think of a few options, but I'm open to suggestions.
Wardens have run dry. Nothing new is moving in the deep roads.
And the Veil Jumpers couldn't find any trace of Elgranon or his archdemon.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gatlock. And several storehouses worth of food, what little we had left. It's enough to feed the Antam Navy for 3 months. Or all of Treviso for 6 weeks.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Lucanus?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting.
Of course.
At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
So we have options.
We've got options for what we do next. Figuring out where the Antam are taking those supplies should put us on the gods' trail. That said, the Venatori aren't up to anything good in Minrathous.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Okay.
Right. With everything he's been doing in the south, we owe him an update.
I'll let him know.
Good fighting today, guys.
Today could have gone better, but it could have gone much worse. We fought off the Venatori and rescued the Dalish. That's a win by any standard. Rest up and be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Oh. Open Codex Book Club. Okay, Codex time, I guess. Wow, that was a lot. Book Club notes, second meeting, notes for a second Book Club meeting. Attending Balara Nev Harding, Emmerich Lucanus, book Mistress of the Scarlet Moon by Irian Cestes. Lucanus is part of the book club chosen by Harding. Notes taken by Balara. Notes. Harding felt the archery scenes were very unrealistic. Spent 7 minutes demonstrating that the shots described were completely impossible. Broke 3 lamps. Emmerich thought protagonists made very realistic decisions. Felt the number of songs in the books was excessive. Balara, me, lost copy of the book halfway through reading it, was still able to guess the plot twist correctly. Nev commented that the book made her hungry, elaborated that it was not the blood. Lucanus felt the book accurately conveyed the boring parts of being an assassin, did not enjoy book. Dice rolled, and Lucanus picks the next book. Okay. Praise of Elgarnon, from a wall inscription inside a ruined temple once dedicated to Elgarnon. Translated from Ancient Elven by Balara. Offer yourself to Elgarnon, first of the firstborn, exalted among the lords of Arlathan. Drunk on adulation, we pour out praises like wine. To him who has dominion over all, and to whom all glory is owed, for he is Lord of the day and night, who calls the moon and sun to him like doves, who commands the wind and the tide, who quelled the unquiet earth and raised upon it a paradise. Note from Balara Mithelanust. He seriously thought all that about himself. Talk about creepy, I need a bath. I really want to see the Inquisitor again. The Arlathan Crater. Veil Jumper report on the Arlathan Crater, site of ancient temple dedicated to Elgarnon. The symbols are everywhere. Interesting inscriptions have been sent for study. Strong, lingering magic that feels tightly controlled, like water behind a dam. Wards somewhere. Manage to climb one of the floating towers. Seems stable, might collapse if magic decays or wards are disrupted. Earlin reports feeling disturbed on drawing close to the lake shore. Further observation needed. Vilara's notes translated some inscriptions, full translations attached. Found reference to a thing called Algernon's Pride, resting in a place of honor, a weapon, a magical artifact. Temple was stripped of valuables by Tevinter ages ago. Algernon's Pride, whatever it is, probably long gone. Volunteering for next expedition, I want to poke at the wards to see if the disturbing lake. Oh, you really want to do that? Okay. Shadow dragons. The elven gods in Tevinter, found on a fallen Venatori. Why should we feel shame for following an elven god? Yes, our old gods were elven, and I say to you, so what? We have always known the elves possess magical aptitude, surpassing even some of our Altus. Their deficiencies lie not in their natural ability, but in their failure to recognize it and bring it to its fullest potential. Think on it. After the loss of their leaders, the Elven Empire fell. All of the magic could not forestall their ruin. And Tevinter took what was left and worked miracles. Now, upon his return, Algernon seeks out the Venatori, not the Dalish or any other elves. Raw power is worthless if not used artfully. Our Lord Algernon understands this, and he honors the Venatori by choosing us. Remember that. This is insulting, right? I should be insulted. Balara, you should be. Nev's case notes Algernon. What do we do now? The Dalish tell the tale of how Algernon overthrew the sun. Balara says details differ depending on the clan. Told one way, Algernon sought vengeance against the sun for burning the earth. In Bel's clan, Algernon struck down the sun to bring the first night. Either way, defeating the sun gave him control over day and night. There's always a little truth buried in the legends, but never enough. The real story, or what we've put together, Algernon was the greatest elven general. He led them to victory in their wars, then declared himself god and king. That's the control angle, but it wasn't enough. So he bound a dragon to himself and used the blight to take even more power. He was a tyrant who subjugated his followers, mind and body, demanding love and perfect obedience. Now he's back. Great. Okay. Miscellaneous. We got a couple here. Read from the Evanurus. Today, in coordinated strikes along the eastern coast, agents of Fenharel liberated slaves bound to Andruil. The slaves had their life forces cruelly bound to magical wards that were supposedly set to defend Arlathan against enemies from across the sea, but were in fact being siphoned for Andruil's personal empowerment. These slaves are now free, recovering their strength in safety. People of Arlathan, the Evanurus would have you believe that such suffering is necessary, that your only worth is in service, and that they must bind you to protect you from outside aggression. They are lying. You are the strength of Arlathan, not them. When you see the truth and are ready, call to Fenharel and he will break your shackles. About the freed slaves. We got word from the warding sites, many dead, far more than the casualties we inflicted. The story being spread is that we killed everyone. Andruil's servants made examples of a few and claimed the Dread Wolf is trying to weaken Arlathan by attacking servants and destroying the wards. It's hard to tell what people really believe now. I know you're likely berating yourself reading this. Just remember the faces of the people we saved. We can't control what the Evanurus do. And yes, we have to keep playing up the Dread Wolf. The people need someone they believe is strong enough to protect them, or they'll never join us. Don't worry, I promise to mock you viciously if you ever start believing those stories yourself. Belasan. Oh boy. Okay. Skills. Let's go down this list here. Okay, so let's just grab this. New ability. Fine. Companions. Balara leveled up. Ooh. Leveled up to 8. Okay. I think I'm going to continue to boost this. This is fun. Okay. Or no, actually, no. Refund that. Let's boost this instead. Okay. Keep going with galvanized terror. Okay. Rook, you have a new outfit, I believe. Or a suit? Ugh. I like the outfit, but what's with the what's with the pouches? Um, what was my outfit again? Here we go. Okay. Did you get another weapon? Probably nothing great. Maybe. Rage regen. Oh, I like that. Gain enhanced damage when expending rage 3 times in a short duration. This does a lot of physical damage. Okay. We will use that. Okay. And then you got another... What did we get? A daze. Stagger all enemies within 6 meters. That might come in handy. Torch. Fortify. Maybe? Let's change this and just use this instead. This might be interesting. Alright. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of... Everybody has something to say. Okay. Oh boy, we have some new... Okay, and we're still in Act 2. Oh shit. Okay, Legacies and Legends. The Inquisitor has likely already heard about the team rescuing the Dalish from Elgar'nan and wants to meet again to learn more about the fight against the gods. He is Dalish. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. For the love of Treviso, the crows in their fight against the Butcher may be key to finding the location of the gods and where they're staging the next ritual. The team must speak with Taya and Viago. Okay. All right. Let's start here, in this very room. Message from Minrathous. Rook, we heard the wonderful news coming out of Arlathan. You're doing, we're told. The Venatori are still reeling from their failure, and Dorians caught wind of some of their most recent plans. Drop by the shop when you can. Mavarus. Of course. A letter from Hosberg Wetlands. Rook, we continue to study the changes in the Blight. Our latest findings are very interesting and disturbing. We can't let the spread continue. We'll catch you up next time you're in the wetlands. Okay, Antoine. All right. Let's start here. Let's talk to Professor Volkaren. Myrna.
Myrna, hello. I assume Vorgoth's not far
We
behind.
have her, Rook. We have her. We know exactly what she's planning.
The professor asked us to research the artifact that came into the possession of Johanna Hezenkos.
She carries a gloaming lantern.
There you are.
They were fashioned in ages past by unscrupulous necromancers. The lanterns steal and concentrate life.
Johanna could use it to leech life from hundreds at a time. An endless source of power.
That's dangerous and dumb.
That's exactly the kind of reckless necromancy that gives the rest of us a bad name.
Just so. But we found where Johanna will be.
She has returned to Blackthorn Manor.
Of course she did.
Hezenkos intends to hold a soiree.
That can't be her whole plan.
We get to have a party.
No, but I propose a small group infiltrate Johanna's lair while she's distracted and destroy her lantern.
Let's do it.
Vorgoth and I must return to the necropolis.
Hunt well.
If only we could make Johanna see reason.
You tried before. She seems stubborn.
Perhaps that's why she attained immortality, while I quake on the threshold. If I make my own bid for lichdom. Oh, it's no use pretending this hasn't stirred up that old dread of my own mortality.
Maybe that's healthy.
You could also be having a normal reaction to facing danger every other day.
Oh, it shouldn't be this crushing, this prevalent. Johanna was never beset by these sort of fears.
Well, a little fear's healthy. You'll feel better once we crush her lair and destroy that lantern. Promise.
I bet. All right, so new quest for Emmerich. Have anything else to say? Okay. Yeah, Professor. Okay, I think everybody has something to say, so let's go see Tush. What's up, dear?
Hey, I got word from my mother. She wants to talk.
Have you talked with her since?
Nope, not since I told her I was non-binary. But her note said she wanted to talk about that tablet we found, the old Kunari one. Of course that's what she wants to talk about. We can go whenever you're good.
I'll let you know.
Okay. There's a lot of wolves around here. All right. Yeah, everybody has something they want to talk about. Let's go to Balara.
Tell me about Anaris.
He is the light, the hope of Elvenan, the bringer of...
Tell me about the war against the Evenurus.
Even now, the armies of Anaris wage a glorious war against the...
Tell me about the armies.
The chosen of Elvenan, made pure and stripped of their want to serve the great Anaris.
So demons. He made an army of demons. Damn it, Syrian. What have you done? Oh, Rook.
What are you asking?
What are you hoping to find out from the archive?
About Anaris? What would make Syrian work with him? But everything I found out, it just makes it worse. And now Syrian wants to meet, to explain himself.
It's kind of hard to explain turning people into demons.
Yep.
I know. Talking to him again, knowing what I know, it's hard. Beyond hard. And that's if this isn't all a big trap.
What does your gut say?
Listen to your gut. Would he really try to lure you into a trap?
I would have said no before all of this. The Syrian I know cared, loved his people more than anything. He kept me grounded, focused, made sure I was okay. And I took care of him, protected him because I loved my little brother and I owed him. But what he is now, who he is now, I don't know. I'd hoped the archive would make it easy. Tell me it was a misunderstanding. But Anaris is evil, full stop. And if my brother's working with him...
Maybe he has a reason?
Syrian must be working with him for a reason.
I'd like to believe that.
Or maybe people are just
It'd make
assholes.
this easier. When I thought he died, it almost broke me. I don't know if I can do that again.
So what are you going to do?
Meet with him.
Are you okay with that?
No, but I need to talk to him. Convince him he's wrong.
And if that doesn't work?
Will you come with me?
Of course.
Of course.
Thanks, Rook. Really. Just tell me when you're ready.
Everybody wants to talk. Everyone wants to do something. Okay. We are collecting all the quests, it looks like. Ooh. Codex? Harding's favorite food. Alara, I'm honored you want these. I don't really cook, and these aren't really recipes. I just throw things together. Anyway, here you go. Apple cheesy butter noodles. Noodles cooked with butter and salt, fresh diced apples, or baked slices, or applesauce, whatever's convenient. Grated cheese. Layer apples on top of noodles in a bowl, then cheese. Bake in an oven until cheese melts. But you're a mage, so you can use fire. You'll get a nice bubbly crust that way. Wait a bit before eating so you don't burn your mouth. Apple and pasta, I'm not sure. Ham and jam slam. Ham or bacon, jam, anything works. But I like plum, cherry, or apple. Buttered toast. Slam ham and jam together between the toast. Yam and jam slam, Emmerich approved. Replace ham with yams. Sprinkled with salt, roasted in oven until tender. Okay. And I really want to meet the Inquisitor. I think we're going to do that before we do the rest of these quests. Okay, Harding? Hey.
Hey, what's shaping?
Shaper?
No one says, what's shaping anymore?
Oh, I thought it was a dwarf thing.
Yeah, if you lived in Orzammar 20 years ago.
Wow, just trying to be nice, and what do I get? Sass.
Aw, well, I appreciate it. And I'm doing okay. I think I just need some time to think and sort things out.
You want to talk about it?
You can talk to your friends about it. I hear that helps.
It's already helping. You checking on me, I mean. I still remember every moment of it. Suffocating under the weight of the Titan's pain. I couldn't see a way past it. And all I wanted was for the rest of the world to suffer too. And then everyone was there. And that's when I knew we'd be okay. That I'd be okay.
You did the fighting.
You needed a little push, but this battle was yours. You fought, and you won.
You helped me remember who I was. Not some titan, but just Lace Harding. And you believed in me. Enough to risk everything. I'll never forget that, so don't you forget it either.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I think about Solus sometimes. He's been trapped by his mistakes for eons. When you're blinded by sorrow and pain, you need someone to help you past it. But he's too proud for that. He believes he's alone, even when he doesn't have to be.
Yeah, Solus is dangerous.
You can't trust Solus. He manipulates people.
But isn't that itself sad? We go to him with open hands, and all he can think about is how to use us. How lonely must that be?
He's planning to kill thousands. He's beyond help, Harding.
The Inquisitor and Solus were friends. I know he wants his friend back. He's reached out. All Solus has to do is take the offered hand, the
I don't think
simplest
that was
thing, and yet
what I intended.
no one's beyond help, Rook. No one. I have to believe it. Or none of this matters.
I think she's beginning to trust Solus, so I think I chose wrong there. Brooke is beginning to trust Solus, that is. Returning to the stone. Okay, let's take a look at some of these codexes. Harding's thoughts scribbled in the margins of her journal. They say we return to the stone after death. In Orzammar, only those laid to rest with the proper rites get to return to the stone. And the privilege of a good burial is reserved for the upper castes. No luck for the casteless or surfacers, rejected by the stone, they say. But I'm a surfacer. The stone, whatever it is, hasn't rejected me. But if we do return to the stone, every single one of us, why can't I sense the others that have passed? Good question. Grey Wardens. A Warden future. There's never been a lot of writing about what happens after the last Archdemon's fall. It was lifetimes away for the Wardens before us, and our lives are shorter than most. I didn't think about it either. And it's sad in a way. People couldn't imagine a day it would end or that things would have a chance to get better. Not as a break between the last bad thing and the next, a chance for Thedas to recover for longer this time. Given all we've seen, maybe it needs that more than we know. The Blight's changed, so stopping archdemons won't end our work. Maybe that should feel sad, but it doesn't. There's a world here to fight for, and we can win. Excerpt from Evka's journal. A small blue flower is pressed alongside it. What's up, Grey Wardens? Okay, we read that though. Okay. Speaking of Grey Wardens, let's head to... Man, Valaris is my favorite place. Oh my god, it's so pretty here. Head over to Davrin's. Hi. Always with the pets. I gotta get the soundtrack. This music is beautiful. It's funny because when I first heard the opening theme, I didn't like it, to be honest, to be completely honest. But it grew on me. But the rest of the soundtrack, like what's playing right now, it's beautiful.
Hey, Rook. Have time for something outside the lighthouse? I was going to head to Arlathan with the sun. See a real sky again. You're welcome to join us.
Okay. The palate of a griffin. Okay. And then Canis. Or Spite, I don't know. Who's talking now?
Good, you're here.
What happened?
A note from Viago. Katerina is alive.
I knew it.
What? How?
Zara's carcass told the truth. Ilario didn't arrange Katerina's death because he spirited her away. Katerina has been a prisoner in her own villa, with Ilario as her keeper.
Time for a rescue.
What matters is that she's alive, and we know where she is. So let's go get her.
Ilario is making his move. He's hosting the Talons of the Crows at Via de la Morte. All of them.
What is he planning?
That's a good way to get himself killed. Unless he's got something up his sleeve.
Maybe he thinks his blood magic will be enough to control them all. We have to do this carefully. Ilario has to be expecting us.
You think he knows that we know about him and Elganon?
He wouldn't be avoiding us otherwise. Be ready for a trap.
It'll be slow going through Treviso.
Not for us. We're going by water, and Spite is keen to get this done.
Then let's make this a night to remember.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Is anything different here? New? This is new. That's fun. Okay. Nev, darling?
There's something I need to do back home.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just chasing Aelia. It brings a lot up. If you're around, maybe. I'd take the company.
Sure thing, Nev.
Of course. Holy shit. All right. All right, all right, all right. So we picked up quite a few quests. A lot of them seems like, okay, we're going to go see family or meet people or do some task or hang out in the forest. I feel like, okay, so Valaris sounds important because we need to find out what Anaris is up to. Davrin sounds less important. A picnic in Arlathan. Emmerich, this is important because we need to deal with Hezenkos as well. Nev is chasing down Elia, a member of the Venatori. I would count that as less important as Emmerich or Belarus, but kind of up there. Tosh's mother, Shathan, has asked to speak with Tosh. So Tosh's mother has information about the Kunari tablet that she's been studying. So that is a little bit lower than Nev's, I think. Or maybe, I don't know, because we don't know what's going to be said. But all I know is that little um, tableau, whatever you want to call it, that Varric narrated, that Tasha's mother might be in danger. So, and also we don't really spend a lot of time in Ravani, so I would like to spend some time in the Ravane coast. This bugs me. Return to the Shades of Sharksmouth because I'm ready to hear about the first Kunari Grey Warden, but I don't know. So I think in order of what we're going to do is, first of all, I want to speak to the Inquisitor. We're going to talk to the Inquisitor. Then we are going to we're going to hang out with Davrin for a bit because this is a little bit of a break. We'll have a picnic, and then we're going to maybe, oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll go see Tasha's mom. And yeah, so and then we have some more yeah, some more factions and regions quests here. All right, let's do this. So let's go speak with the Inquisitor. Because I doubt that's going to trigger anything major. And I don't want to keep the Inquisitor. Wait, why am I going here? We could just like... Oh, actually, what I could do is... We'll go straight there. Change party. Harding. And Nev. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're here in the safe house in Minrathous, Dogtown. So pretty. Oh, Harding's outfit. Okay, hey. I just actually wanted to I said I would take a good look at Harding's outfit, and I did not do that because the outfit says that she embroidered symbols of her troop here. I just want to check it out. Okay, so that is obviously, the bee is obviously Sarah. Lion is Cullen. I don't know what that sort of like eternity symbol is. That's kind of like an omega symbol, right? Let's see. Oh, there's a griffin over here. That's probably Blackwall. Bird is probably Liliana. Can you move your arms, dear? I just needed you to move your arms. Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. Okay, I just wanted to see. Yeah, I don't know what this symbol is. Is that a hand with a this is probably oh no, the shoe. That's oh no, that's not a shoe. That's Iron Bull. That's a bull with a patch. The hand is probably the seeker. So that would probably be Cassandra. The hat is definitely Cole. The snake symbol of Tevinter is probably Dorian. Um, the fox, I want to say that's Vivian. I think Vivian had a fox mask, right? Yeah, I think that's Vivian. And this is that's a book, so that's Josephine for sure. But this is Vivian. Who is this symbol? Vivian. Okay, so we have Liliana the bird. There's a eye of the Inquisition. I'm assuming that's the eye of the Inquisition, so that is Peregrine, my Inquisitor. The book is Josephine. The lion is definitely Cullen. Cole, Sarah, Iron Bull, uh, Blackwall. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember who our companions were. Was the staff Solus? Would she even I don't think she would. She wouldn't embroider Solus's Solus on this, would she? Wouldn't. I am trying to think who else was there. There's Cole, Dorian, Cassandra, Sarah, Iron Bull, Blackwall. I think that's it, right? I think that's the team. And Dorian. Yeah. I don't know what this symbol is. Varric? Maybe? I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll figure it out. I'll find out eventually. Okay, let's just move on. Up, 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 up. Oh, oh. Oh, this is, nope. Shadow Dragon's quest. Okay, this is a faction quest. The soul of a city, the risen gods and the Venatori are preparing for something. The team must find out what it is. Talk to me, Varus. Okay. That's a faction quest. I don't want to do that just yet. I don't want to start anything just yet, that is. So we'll do that later. Very curious about it. You guys got anything? Tarquin?
You good?
Asher?
Greetings, Rook.
Doggy? Okay. All right. And oh, right. Okay, so let's actually, yeah, let's go over here. Oh, new codex. A notice found on a wall in Docktown. A sketch of the Archon's palace is crossed out in red. They'll torch us if it suits them. They've done it before. They bled our bodies and butchered our cities to feed their hunger for power. And they're always hungry. Make them remember the Tevinter they've forgotten. The Tevinter hidden down here in the darkness beneath their towers. The Highbloods don't own us. They don't own Tevinter. If they will not share it, then we will take it from them. There are dragons in the shadows, too. There are more of us than them. Bring the light. Bring the freaking light, guys. Okay. I'm so excited.
Change things. Free slaves. Give the non-mages more power. Ideas like that make some people uncomfortable. They wanted the Lucerni and those ideas gone.
But those ideas aren't gone. There's more of them than ever.
It's because we kicked the Venatori's ass in Arlathan, right? Okay, so yeah, I just remember that we had to
You've
manually
done a lot for the city. Let's see if I can return the favor.
upgrade our shops, which I did not know before. Before our last episode in Arlathan, it is. So the valuables here. So I figured out that the highest valued the stuff that's highest value to the faction is at the top of this list here, so it makes it a little bit more convenient so I don't have to go through the list. So let's get rid of that. Imperial gem box. You could have that too. Okay, and everything else is low, I think. Yeah. I mean, I could sell them, but I wouldn't get as much. Golden statuette of a lion that bears the sigil of an Arlesian crafter. Plated core of a dwarven contract. Yeah, so I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We're still at moderate, though. Oh, let's rank up. Okay. Yay. New items available. Thank you. One more. Shop rank 3. And I am out of faction points. And I'm at rank 3. Nice. So that means I could probably buy new stuff here. Flying kite. Like, it's only 400. I mean, I might as well. I don't even know if I'll ever use these, but I might as well upgrade these. Armor. Ooh. Ooh. That upgrades the Defiant Plate to Legendary. I don't ever use it. It's 400 gold. Might as well. Anything else here? Defiant Silence. Yeah, we'll upgrade that too. Sure, why not? Vinter Long Cloak. Uncommon light armor for Nev. A cloak gifted to Nev by Halos after a grandchild outgrew it. The fit was abhorrent until Nev had the cut corrected to suit her tastes. Okay. Helm of Light and Shadow. Yeah, we'll grab that too. Why not? Brawler's Decorated Letters. Okay, I'm not going to wear that probably. Rage Regen though. Okay, we'll upgrade that, sure. All right. Anything here? This crystallized. All enemies within 10 meters are frozen. That's not bad. I'll upgrade that. Biting Thumb. I'll upgrade that too. Bleeding Shard turns into a legendary. I actually don't mind this ring, and there's already an enchantment on it, so okay. Let's grab that one too. Ornate Lockpicks. This is for Nev. Your critical ability applies shield. Might as well grab that one. It's only 280. Yeah, let's why not? Why not? Anything else? To Venture, a foreboding style that reflects the rich but troubled history of the Imperium and grim influence. Do we want this? Probably not. Moon Gems Mementos. Okay, I won't buy these yet. Okay. Oh, and these are appearances. Oh, I'm not really worried about this. All right. Thank you very much, madam.
Come back soon. We'll have more.
We are going over to the Cobbled Swan.
You're that detective. What's her name? I heard you make everything your business, even when it's not.
Well, back to our point. Coin for your thoughts.
I'm fine.
Oh, there's an act for the road.
I'm just a little worried about everything. But we're gonna be fine, right?
We don't know that.
Very comforting.
We'll manage something. Might even make it out alive.
Slightly better.
I try.
Hi.
So, you and Nev.
Are you looking out for me? Or looking to confirm gossip on my love life?
I wasn't... Just go with the first one.
Jealous?
Aww.
Are you jealous?
Anything new? I'm sure you'll uncover something.
Did you guys have a history? Hi, doggy. I won't waste all the time petting all the dogs. Sorry. Okay, but let's go. Let's go. The Inquisitor waits for us. Why the cobbled swan, though? Why all the way there, Inquisitor? Why can't you come to the Shadow Dragon hideout? I mean, Dorian's there. Don't you trust Dorian? What happened with him and Dorian, by the way?
What's it like to be home? Different every time.
I am, I did mention this in Inquisition, in Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm kind of sad that none of my Dragon Age couples had a happily ever after. Like, I mean, there is Liliana and the hero Ferelden, but that's iffy. That's really iffy. And then Liliana becomes the divine. That can't end well. That cannot end well for my hero Ferelden. Like, I feel like my hero, whose name is Robin, by the way, and who's a dwarf, a castless dwarf from Orzammar, I don't think that she could hang around while Liliana does Orlesian divine stuff. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's meet with the Inquisitor. Conversation.
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor.
That's not subtle. Just announce yourself, sure. Hey, Peregrine.
It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
Clan Llewellyn. We try to be no one you've heard of. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solus did at Elganon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Protected his investment. Solus saved us. Makes it sound very hero worship, and I think Rook still is a little bit trepidatious about the whole situation with Solus, so he had no choice but to help.
We were up against an archdemon, and he reached out to help.
The music.
Seemingly.
You're not sure about his motives?
Could be genuine, could be self-interest. He'd have been screwed too if we didn't make it.
He's never clear, but he's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen'Harel? They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. I once called him by another name. Friend.
Some friend.
Do you always agree with your friends?
Well,
We're pretty aligned on whether or not to
yeah.
destroy the world, if that's what you mean.
I will never excuse what he's done. He's killed people I held dear. You
Like
know
who?
this too.
But...
He became those names when he fought gods. And regret for his world turned into destroying ours. Sound familiar?
So Peregrine's relationship with Solus is not very complicated at all, I think. I think when Peregrine joined the Inquisition, he was young. You know, he was obviously wrong time, wrong place type of situation. You know, receiving the mark on his hand and surviving the conclave. So I think Solus, he looks up to him in a way as an advisor, like maybe even a brother, like a mentor for sure. He has a lot of respect for him. He's super interested in him, and he was very, very interested in his stories. So yeah, he held him in high regards. So yeah. He's not close, not like in a romantic way or anything. Like if you're playing a female elf, obviously, but yeah. But speaking of, like, where's Dorian? Why can't I have a scene with Peregrine and Dorian? I hope, I don't know. I hope it's acknowledged at least. I don't know what happened with Peregrine and Dorian, but okay, never mind. Sounds like you and me.
You're making us sound like Solus. That's uncomfortable.
We're not like our enemy. They're making us do this.
Simple as one of Varric's morals. Don't become what you hate.
Or trapped by what we've lost. Also one of his. Tell me about the team you've built.
Are they a concern, or...
You're handling things.
Oh my
this
god,
part, what you
Inquisitor.
have now. I just miss the banter about friends.
I hope he has a good support system. I just want the best for Peregrine. I love him so much. I've grown so attached to him over like the 100 or so hours I played Inquisition. So he's just so endeared to me, so. Anyway. Is that it? No more? Oh, hey. What's up, Alec?
You helped the Threads out of a corner. The boss doesn't love you, but you're still fighting the right people.
Enemy of my enemy, right? I was told Thedas Siconia was here. Enchanters. It's too bad nobody's singing. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, where are we going though? Well, while we're here, library. This is the letter I was looking for. Okay, 1 second. Let me adjust myself. All right. Okay. The notes from the Inquisition. Amatus. I'm writing again. Yes, the sending crystals still work, and yes, you'll be in Minrathous in a few short weeks. But a letter written in blind longing is real. It can be touched, and it can be held, when ink and paper must substitute for your skin on mine and my breath in your ear. I used to scoff at frequent declarations of affection. Trite, I thought. Say them for rare and precious moments. But time and love are no longer things I care to squander, especially not as we race again towards calamity. And so, in each of these fleeting, ephemeral seconds, I will tell you that I love you. Whether penned or spoken or conveyed by glance or action, I love you. In this moment and in all the moments to come, for as long as I do, I love you. I will find you soon. Yours, Dorian. That is so sweet. And I am really surprised that it took this long for Dorian and the Inquisitor to finally acknowledge their relationship in the Veilguard. I was kind of worried for a second. Did they break up? But no, I'm glad this letter exists. I'm glad their relationship is still as strong. I do still wish that they have some on-screen moments together. I think that would be nice. I really do. But I just want them to be happy. I love Dorian and I love the Inquisitor. I just honestly, I think in this game they're my OTP. They're my one true pair. They are my canon romance. So I just really want them to be happy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break here. And then we will come back and we will go on and complete Nev's quest. So if you're here, thank you so much for hanging out with me while we play Dragon Age The Veilguard. This was kind of not a lot was going on, but we did meet the Inquisitor again, so at least we have that. Hopefully the next episode will be a little bit more action-packed. Bye!
Find me still searching for some